Welcome to Horizon Church Midweek Minute. We're heading up to Easter, and even though we can't meet together in person to celebrate Easter, we can meet online. Make sure you check out our website, horizonchurch.org.au, for details of our online services and also our Zoom catch-ups where we can talk and pray with each other. I was thinking about Easter this week, and I was looking at Jesus' last week on earth. It starts with his entry into Jerusalem with the adoring crowds praising God and cheering and all that. And then it gets to his meal with the disciples, the Passover meal that he shares with his disciples. And after that meal, he goes out to pray. He takes his disciples with him and he goes to Gethsemane and he goes off to pray. He leaves his disciples and he tells them to wait and to watch. He comes back and he finds that his disciples are asleep. So he wakes them up and he tells them this time to watch and to pray. He goes away again, comes back, and sure enough, they're asleep again. He goes away, and then when he comes back, that's the final time, and he takes his disciples with him as he heads off to be arrested and betrayed. If you want to look at this passage, I was particularly looking at Matthew's Gospel, chapter 26, verses 36 to 46. And we see at a time when the disciples should have been awake, they were asleep. They had had the Last Supper with Jesus, that time where he had said incredible things. He talked about the bread and wine being his body and his blood. He talked about how one of the disciples would betray him. He talked of amazing things that you think the disciples would have been wondering about, questioning about, but instead they were asleep. And at this time of isolation, it could be easy for us to be spiritually asleep. We can't meet up at church with friends. We can't even meet with Christian friends who might encourage us or challenge us. And it can be easy to sort of drift away, drift off into sleep. But Jesus is telling us to watch and to pray. Some of you don't feel like you have any time whatsoever. Life has just suddenly got so hectic. Others of you seem to have so much spare time. But whatever your situation, you can still be alert to God and you can still pray. Pray for other people. Maybe each day take the name of a friend or someone that you know, and just when you have a spare few moments, lift them up to God. Just a quick prayer, just a few words. Maybe send them a text saying, thinking of you, praying for you. Maybe drop a note in your neighbour's letterbox when you go for a walk. A note of encouragement that tells them that they're not forgotten. At this time, we can still be alert, we can still watch, and we can still pray. God is still active, and we need to let the Holy Spirit just work in us to show us what he is doing.